Hey guys, it's GameFace here and welcome back to episode 17 of my Dortmund career mode. Now in today's episode we've got some more matches to play. The first is against Inglestadt, as you can see here. So that's a home match. I might well sim this one, to be honest. I don't think it's one of the more important matches for us to play. Then there's a little bit of a break before we get on to some more matches. We've got Schalke, we've also got a game against Hamburg and Bayern to play, so some tougher matches in today's episode. We'll probably get through as many of those as possible. I'm not going to say all three because you never know, we might not quite get to the Bayern Munich game. But before we get into things, if we could go ahead and hit 50 likes on this video, that would be really appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. That would be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, let's crack on with the first game. We will just put out quite a strong team, as strong as possible against this side, and we'll just sim it for the first match of the episode, and then we'll crack on with the Schalke game afterwards. Okay, this is the team I've gone with. We've got Dortmund starting in goal, Piszczek starts at right back, Schürrle, Bartra, Guerrero, Moreno, Rode, Dembele, Emery, Moore, Goetze and Iheanacho. So it's a bit of a change team, but it's the strongest one we can put out in terms of the fitness and the players that are available. So we should really beat Inglestadt quite comfortably. It is a home match as well, so we've got that advantage hopefully when simming. Dembele scores after 25 minutes. That's a good start from us. Approaching half-time, still winning the game 1-0. Goetze making it 2-0 just before half-time. Into the second half, Castro comes on, Rode will come off, 30 minutes to go. Seems like a comfortable victory for us at the moment, 20 minutes left, and we should hopefully get a third. We have done with Goetze getting his second of the match, and that will be it. We've won the game 3-0. Clean sheet as well, so happily take those 3 points. Also, some more good news. We've got Weigl returning from injury, so we can now use him in the next match, hopefully against Schalke, because there's a little bit of a break now. I'm not really too sure why. It might be an international break, but yeah, we've got some time to train some of our younger players as well. We'll go with the exact same 5 drills again this week. Emery Moore's been heavily trained at the moment to try and get his in-game stats up a little bit so we can use him more for the matches that I play. We've got quite a few attributes there going up, which is good, because some of them are pretty low, especially like his curve and free kick accuracy and that sort of thing. We're going to try and get that up if we can. We're also currently top of the league at the moment as well, which is nice to see. Not really too sure what sort of lead we have above second place. We'll take a look now, and it is actually a 3-point gap, but Schalke with a game in hand. This week Emery Moore goes up a little bit more. He's got some stamina stats going up there and ball control as well, so that's pretty decent. We'll again see whether we can maybe try and get another one just before this game. I don't think we'll quite be able to fit another player drill session in, sadly, but we've got a youth player wanting out, and it is Stefan that is wanting to leave, so we'll take a look at him. If he's good enough, we'll promote him. If not, then we'll just get rid of him now. Okay, so he's currently 44 overall. Potential is a maximum 83, so we will just release him. I can't see him having a huge future, to be honest, and we've got better players, basically, so we can always get other players in from the youth academy if there are other ones that are better. So we'll release him for now and have a look at these emails just before we get on with the Schalke match. Also, a quick note, we're actually running at a profit of over 200 million at the moment, which I don't know how we've managed to do that, but we've got a lot of money obviously in the transfer budget as well. Hopefully some of that passes over to the next season, because now I've gone through all the transfer windows obviously, but yeah, a profit of over 200 million is pretty decent for the first season. But basically the emails that we've just seen were about the youth academy. They're about like a new sort of scouting update for us to take a look at. I will just be getting rid of a few that don't look quite as good. Let me know in the comments below though if you are interested in seeing more of this or not. It's difficult to gauge whether people are interested in me developing the younger players or not. Rich to here is quite clearly our best talent. Look at that potential between 91 and 94. And he's still 15, he's still in the youth academy. I believe he's the one that we're training up, but I think there's another one called Richter as well. I think it might be a slightly different one, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. He again, though, looks pretty decent, but like I say, let me know in the comments below. Do you want me to show you more of that or not? Okay, as you can see, this is the team I'm going to go with. Slightly different formation. It was suggested basically in the last episode. It is, as you can see, 4-3-2-1. So hopefully it works out for us. We're going to give it a go, and maybe it'll work a little bit better than what we've been doing recently. So we've got Hon starting goal, Ginter at right back, Tar, Brooks and Dern plays our defenders. Got Weigl coming back into the side, Castro and Thiago in midfield, with Dembele on the right hand side, Royce on the left, and Aubameyang will start up front for us. A very strong bench actually at the moment. Emery Moore gets on there again. Sad to see that Pulisic doesn't quite get on there. Moreno the same as well, so he will actually remain out of the team for a little bit, but I'm sure we'll include him at some other stage. Let's crack on though now with the match against Schalke. It's an away game. We need to win it because obviously they're very close to us in the league table, so it might determine the result of the season down up to obviously this game, which is quite a big match. As you can see, both now on the same amount of points, so whoever wins this goes top. Okay, here we go. We need a good win here if we can get it. Obviously, we might think about taking a draw if the game is not going our way. We would probably end up taking that, to be honest, against someone that's second in the league. But the main thing is we don't lose this match. Aubameyang looking to Dembele, furthest player forward at the moment. Gonna need some sort of support if he can. Looking inside now. Aubameyang. Oh, just needed the pass to Royce and we would have been in. Royce, good turn. That's more like it. Thiago needs to pick out Aubameyang, but doesn't really want to be out in those sort of wide positions. Aubameyang going to come inside and shoot now. It's a good save from the keeper. Doesn't really threaten him too much in the end, to be honest. Aubameyang going to play it on to Weigl. Oh, it's a good save and it's gone over the bar. Got to finish that off. If there's any other player on the pitch, I think it's in the back of the net. Weigl, not really known for his shooting, I don't think. Just plays it straight at the keeper. I wanted it a bit more across the goalkeeper. Didn't quite happen. And he's put it out for a corner. We'll try and get this one in, though. It's going to be a ball in from Royce. It's a decent ball, and actually Aubameyang's there, and it gets blocked on the line. My luck is not really going to plan, is it, at the moment, to be honest. We need a little bit more here. Aubameyang just couldn't quite put the toe poke through to Royce, and again would have been another good chance for us. That's it, half-time, 0-0. The first 15 minutes were good, the last 15 minutes were good. The 15 minutes in between were not so good, really, for us in that first half. We kind of did have a little bit of a spell there, where it was just kind of around in the middle of the park. But we have certainly dominated in terms of chances. Possession-wise, not so much. But we do need to just try and pick things up a little bit. Hopefully get a little bit of luck as well with the chance. Oh, Dembele. Oh, no, it's wide this time. Oh, I wanted it back across the goal. It was on his stronger foot, I think, as well for Dembele there. And he's just fluffed it. Aubameyang again going to look for Royce. Fantastic pass, that's more like it. Royce going to look across to Aubameyang. Saved again. How many chances are we going to have? And how many of them are we not going to take? Okay, all three changes. We have to try and do something now. It's just over 20 minutes left to go. Rode, Goetze, and then we've got Schürrle coming on as well, playing the right-hand side. That means we're going to take off Thiago, Weigl, and then Dembele as well. Dembele's not the greatest of matches. He has been pretty rusty, to be honest, most of this game. Hopefully that those three changes can just about nick us a goal late on. Go on. On to Castro. Great chance for him. Castro! Not even on target. Oh yeah, it's the first time I've seen him, to be honest, involved in the play today, Castro. He's not been particularly prominent for most of it. Good 1-2 there. Aubameyang gets brought down. No, I didn't realise Aubameyang was going to get back up so quickly. Final chance. It's gone in. Oh, I thought it hit the side netting. It's flown in. Is that Schürrle with the goal? I'm not really too sure. Missed it. Yeah, it is Andre Schürrle there, coming on to the right-hand side. That's his first touch, I think, so far from coming on. And it's fallen for us. We've got a little bit of luck here. Didn't expect Aubameyang to have it. Initial save was really good, though, from the keeper. He's kept him in it throughout the whole match. Only a few minutes to go now. That's it. We've won the game 1-0. We'll take the 3 points. We obviously needed them. It's definitely deserved there. I mean, you can't argue with the amount of chances that we've had. So, yeah, we should have won more convincingly. Didn't happen. We've got a little bit of bad luck again in this match. I think my shooting needs to improve a little bit. Let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions as to how. Before I just used to finesse a lot on FIFA 16, but it doesn't seem to work as effectively this year. So I can't really rely on that too much. As you can see, though, 12 shots, 8 of which on target. They've had 2, 1 on target. So we did really dominate. One of those shots was, I think, at the end, the one that was on target. So that tells you really how much we did completely dominate Schalke. That leaves us top of the league by 3 points. And hopefully we can extend the lead from the next match. But first, we've got some more player drills. Again, exactly the same. We're not going to make any changes to these for a little while until Emery Moore goes up a little bit more. So we do have a lot of attributes going up actually this week. Richter and Emery Moore both having 3 attributes go up on 1 drill. And he's also got his short passing going up there as well. Next match is against Hamburg. We will be playing this game. There's not too many days in between that match and the one that we've just played. So we will have to rotate things slightly. It's a home match, this one. I'm a little bit tempted to again sim it so we can play the Bayern one in this episode, and I think that's what we might do actually. Okay, so that's exactly what we will do. We will sim the match. We've got Horn, Pistek, Schürrle, Battery, Guerrero, Moreno, Rode, Schürrle, Emery Moore, Pulisic and Iheanacho all playing. So it's a similar sort of team to the one that we put out for the last match that we simmed. This one, though, is against Hamburg. Slightly better opposition, I believe, than Inglestadt that we had before. And they're doing fairly well, I believe, in the league. Hence why they've scored 12 minutes in. Fantastic for us. We're losing the game 1-0. Not a great start. Not too much longer before half-time. Now, we need to get back in this game. We've got the better team. If you look at our side compared to theirs, certainly much better. We're into the second half, though. Still no movement, really. Goetze comes on. Rode will come off. Pulisic with an injury. Not good. They've made it 2-0 as well. It's all gone wrong. Really badly wrong. Lost the game 2-0 somehow. I mean, that's... I mean, what can I do about that? I've put out the best possible team we could, which was, by the way, miles better than their side, and yet we've still lost 2-0 at home with supposedly the home advantage. Very frustrating. We do, however, remain top. I believe, how many points are we on? Yeah, we're on the exact same amount of points as Schalke, so it does make a little bit of a difference for us. They catch up. Pulisic out for 2 months. Great. Just as I got rid of one or two of my wingers in the January transfer window. So, on to the Bayern game now. What we will do is change around the team. I think we'll go with... we can't play that formation, I don't think, against Bayern. We didn't have enough defensively out wide, so we can't play that formation. We'll change things around, though, and look at a slightly different formation to play against them with. Okay, so I think this is a team we'll go with to play against Bayern. We've got Horn starting in goal, Ginter starting at right back, then we've got Tar and Brooks at centre-back, Durm as a left-back, then Road just in front of the defence. In front of that, Castro and Thiago, as has been pretty much for the most part of this season since I signed Thiago. We've got Royce playing on the left-hand side, Schürrle on the right, with Aubameyang up front. So we've obviously gone to a 4-1-4-1. Decided to do that purely because, well, Bayern are a very good side, so we have to respect that and try and defensively try and prevent them from going down our wings. That's what we're going to do, hopefully, with Royce and Schürrle. I was tempted to stick Guerrero at left mid, but he's a little bit tired, so we'll leave him on there for now, on the bench for now, and we'll wait and see whether we need to bring him on. That's the bench, so quite a strong side on the bench there. We've got Goetze, obviously, that we can bring on if we need. Dembele misses out, and as does Iheanacho, so we might get them at a game if we can, but it depends on how the game goes. Obviously, huge match for us, and it's an away game as well. A chance for them to catch up if they win. They're obviously 4th place at the moment, but we need to try and win it to make sure we can get ahead of the pack, basically. Here we go. We are at the Allianz Arena, hopefully going to get ourselves the 3 points. The stadium looks a little bit daunting to go to, doesn't it? But obviously a huge rivalry between the two sides. We played them before. I can't remember what the result was last time. I think it was a win against them. They've got obviously Renato Sanchez, as we saw briefly a second ago. Eriksen will be starting this match, as well as Manuel Neuer, clearly. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough game, this one. We need to hopefully get this formation working. We've not tried it in a little while, so hopefully it does work. But Aubameyang might be a little bit isolated up front. Hopefully not, though. They've really started well. What a save that is from Horn. I think it was Lewandowski with the strike. We're only a few minutes in. They're already smashing us around. This is actually Muller with the strike. But what a save with his right hand there from Horn. And yeah, very quick passing, very tough start. This is going to be a really tough game unless we can get a hold of it early on. Well played, Aubameyang. I like that. I like that a lot. He's beaten Philip Lahm. He's going to have to go it alone because he has absolutely no other support. Going to be forced wide here. Oh. Damn Alaba. Just over 5 minutes to go now. Bayern with a corner. Need to defend this one. They just have so many numbers. They've got, seems like, loads more players than us. I don't know how they've managed that. I'm sure they've stuck an extra man on the pitch. They're just all over us at the moment defensively. We do occasionally get on the break, but they're just winning it back too often. Aubameyang doesn't have loads of support. We need to change things at half-time. We just need to make sure that we go into half-time. It's still at 0-0. Oh, Aubameyang's won it back off the defender. Still going, completely isolated. It was always going to basically give it away straight away, wasn't he? It is still 0-0 at half-time. There are some positives, although not many. We've had one shot, one on target. Look at the possession. We can't get it back. We need to change something. To say that we're playing that formation, the players are not doing what I'm telling them right there. I mean, it's so frustrating. We've had absolutely nobody in midfield for some reason, yet I've got 3 players quite clearly crowding the midfield, and it just hasn't been like that in games. So we need to change it round. Definitely make quite a few subs, so sorry about that. Okay, so this is what I've done. Basically, I've gone to what looks to be quite a defensive formation. That's not intentionally, it's just because players aren't quite getting back as much as I'd hoped. So basically what I've done is brought on Weigl and also Guerrero as well. We've taken off Royce and Thiago, and I'm going to go a little bit, it's a little bit more defensive, but it's mainly because the players weren't playing as further back as I'd hoped, so I've had to be a little bit over the top with the way it looks on the formation. We've still got Aubameyang up front, but we basically have Castro playing as a centre mid, 2 holding midfielders, Schürrle on the right, and then Guerrero playing on the left-hand side. They're basically supposed to be almost another full-back, to be honest, and then we're going to try and hit them on the break a little bit and give Aubameyang some support, hopefully. I was tempted to go 5 at the back. We might end up doing that. I wouldn't rule that out at some point, and then maybe go with another striker up front with Aubameyang, so maybe like a 5-3-2, but for now we'll keep it the same for the next sort of 20 minutes or so. Oh, one back well by Tar. I don't know why he's that far forward. Going to do a 1-2 with Aubameyang. Anybody but Tar, really, in this sort of position. Can he go for the cross into Aubameyang? Oh, it was actually going to be a good ball as well, surprisingly. And in the end, Neuer punches it away so well. On the counter-attack here, Bayern need to win it back. This formation, though, has worked a dream so far. Guerrero getting forward. Good ball through. I think that was from Weigl there. Needs some support in the middle, though. Going to look for the cross now. Aubameyang can't quite be found again. It's just a little bit overhit. Wanted it more sort of a front post cross. Couldn't quite find him, Guerrero. Well, not really even a shot. I think I might go out for a throw-in, if anything. Oh, this is a good chance. It's fallen nicely for Castro here. Going to look for Guerrero. Now he needs to pick out Aubameyang, and again, just not quite in the right position. He's the only player we've really got to pick out, to be honest, in there. But when the ball eventually is hit perfectly, we might have a chance of scoring. Okay, a slight tweak to things now. We're going to go 5 at the back, then we're going to play sort of 5-3-1-1 type formation. Basically what I've gone with is Guerrero playing as a left wing back, then we've got Brooks, Tart and Ginter will go in at centre back, and then we'll move Dermo to right back. In front of them we've then got Schürrle, Rode and Weigl playing as the 3 midfielders, Iheanacho just playing behind Aubameyang. So we're going to push someone up there, hopefully that'll work out. Castro will come off, who's getting quite tired. So a little bit different. There's 15 minutes to go. Prepared to try something a little bit different to try and get another striker on there to support Aubameyang with an attack if we can. Iheanacho through to Aubameyang. That's the extra support we needed. Now needs to run through here. Iheanacho needs another run. Couldn't quite get it. The pace going through. Got a chance here still. Oh, what a chance that was as well. Rode crossing in again into the back post, and Neuer will sweep away this time. Weigl starting to put them under some genuine pressure now. We've not managed to do that, and it's a poor pass. Everyone's forward, this isn't good. Need to really try and cause a foul if we can. Iheanacho onto Derm. Cutting inside now. Oh, it wasn't meant to go to Iheanacho. Onto that inside to Aubameyang. Another opportunity for us to try and score from there, but disappointing the way that we got let down by the game even. Oh, I don't want to give away a corner there. 2 minutes added on. Don't like defending these corners. Good chance for Bayern here. Hope we got everyone back actually, because they've got everyone forward. Something's happened in the box. Falls for Horn to try and punch away. Glad we didn't give away a penalty there though. Do we have a chance for a break? No, because it's switched players without me asking it to. Anyway, we've drawn the match 0-0. Sadly, no goals, but I think tactically we got it just about right there. We really did stop them in that second half so much better than the first. And we could really have had maybe a goal on the counter-attack if we just got a little bit of luck. We've really lacked that, really, in both this career mode and the Leeds one as well. We've lacked that little bit of in-game luck. Possession-wise, though, was slightly better in the second half as well. 40% this time rather than, what was it, 34 or something in the first half. So a little bit better. Not enough shots, though, quite clearly, although we did limit Bayern to only 4 shots on target throughout the whole match. But an interesting game tactically. Sadly, though, didn't manage to get ourselves any goals. It is a point, though. We'll happily take the point. Maybe gives Schalke, though, a chance to overtake us. Final set of play drills before we end the episode here. Again, Emre Moore with 4 of them, so we'll see how he does this week. Still no change in overall, but certainly a couple of attributes still starting to go up a little bit. Free kick accuracy there going up to 40, so he's doing quite well with that. We've got the next match, which is a Champions Cup game against Bayern Leverkusen. That'll be the next episode, though, so we'll have to leave it here. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could go ahead and hit 50 likes on this episode, I would really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well down below. I would really appreciate it. I think we've hit about 5,200 subs now, so thank you all so much. On to, obviously, 7,500 if we can get there. Potentially by the end of the year, I'm hoping, but we'll wait and see. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.